The Friday Night Rivals season recap.
The little curl route coming back inside, but worked with his quarterback, continued to roll out to the left side and made that play happen. A strike delivered by Creech, a little high, but Sorensen snares that ball out of the air and converts on fourth.
Before the game, we had a chance to interview one of our sponsors, and here's what they had to say. I'm here with one of our sponsors of the game from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, Dr. Denise Penn Powell. Thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate it. So can you just tell us a little bit about who you are and what your role is?
Well, thank you so much for having us. I am the Region 2 Director for Healthier Together. It's a private-public partnership. North Carolina Counts organization, NC Counts, and NC DHHS have a partnership to make sure that hard-to-reach folks in the community are getting vaccinated.
Awesome. And can you tell us what the stats are currently in our area for COVID?
Well, let me just focus a little bit. Yes, I can. But let me focus a little bit on the stats for high schoolers. Last week, 148 cases were kids elementary and middle school, and only 38% of these high school kids have been vaccinated.
Alrighty, well, can you tell us where people can go get vaccinated if they would like to?
Tomorrow, everybody can go to Sadler and Plummer Dentist at 3801 Indiana Avenue and get vaccinated. And there will be incentive cards available as long as they last.
Perfect. And you're vaccinated. Can you tell us a little bit about why you wanted to get vaccinated?
Why I wanted to get vaccinated? I have 5 grandchildren. And that was the most important reason to me.
Well, we're certainly thankful you're here and for giving us all this information. And we'll be right back after this next break. Welcome back. I'm now joined with Joshua Swift, the Health Director for Forsyth County. Thanks so much for being here with me again.
I'm glad to be here tonight.
Absolutely. So can you just tell us again who you are and what your role is?
So I am the Forsyth County Public Health Director, and so oversee the health department and all the public health efforts we have here.
Amazing. And can you tell us a little bit about the stats of COVID currently in our area?
So over the past few weeks, COVID cases are going down.
Yeah.
But which is a great sign, but I'm still, we still have to be diligent as we move into the winter months and holidays where we'll all be gathering together and going inside.
Of course. And if people would like to get vaccinated, where can people go and do so?
So you can make an appointment at the Forsyth County Department of Public Health.
Yeah.
You can go to forsyth.cc/COVID update. We have appointments now. Actually, tomorrow we're going to open up for 5 to 11-year-olds.
Wow, amazing. And I know that you are vaccinated. Would you like to tell us why you chose to do so?
Well, so I got vaccinated, to protect myself, but to protect my wife, my kids, my family, and those I come in contact with, my coworkers. So I think it's just important for little kids and big kids now, especially as we're going into the wintertime, to get the vaccine. Adults get their boosters so we can get through this pandemic.
Right, absolutely. Well, we certainly appreciate you being here and for all the information that you shared tonight.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more after this next break. Before the game, I had a chance to speak with one of our sponsors from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, and here's what they had to say. Welcome back. I'm now joined again with Mcrae, the Senior Program Manager for COVID Response. Thanks so much for being here with me again.
Good to be with you. Good to be with you.
Absolutely. So can you tell us again, just for our knowledge, who you are and what your role is?
Yeah, so my name is Mcrae, and so I am one of the senior program managers on the COVID response team. And so what I do is make sure that we're having a good COVID response on the ground, and as we hope and they move back in towards recovery, is making sure that we reaching those communities that are hardest impacted by COVID-19, and making sure they have the resources to access the treatment and clinical response that we're trying to see in the communities.
Awesome. And can you give us an update of what the stats are about COVID currently in our our area?
Yeah, so currently we still see a high level of transmission in our community, relatively high new cases that we're seeing. So that's one of the reasons why we're out here really trying to get everybody vaccinated and letting you know that the resources are in Forsyth County. Forsyth County does a great job in terms of the COVID response, and so finding that information in the community is not a problem.
Awesome. And where can people go if they would like to get vaccinated?
West Forsyth fans, if you would, please stand up in the stands.
So one of the things that we can do is check the Forsyth County website, as well as we begin to move around the community, that we actually have some sites going on. We actually have some good events coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
And so those are posted on the community's Facebook page.
Awesome. And I know you told me before you're vaccinated. Would you like to share again why you chose to do so?
Yeah, absolutely. So as we get to go into the fall season, we just had homecoming, so that was one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure we were getting vaccinated, so we can actually experience and have that good return back to some sense of normalcy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate all your information and for being out here tonight with me again. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be right back with more after this next break.
Stay tuned for the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. We'll have this week's Scholar Athletes, interviews with the principals, highlights from across the country, and more coming up in about 3.5 minutes of game time. But right now, East Forsyth knocking on the door again, trying to punch in another score.